Hey guys, welcome back to Survival Records. Out here on the ice, my collection of various bits and bobs. I've got things start to be pulled together. I don't know, I've got ideas. So I got back and I parked up and brought my little rover, the one that has the lifty bit there, and connected it to a new connector here. And I've been working on filling up these tanks just to give this a bit of fuel for those hydrogen engines on the back. I've already gone through all of the ice on this one. Give it. So then I finished up this one over here. And working through the ice on that one as well. And I discovered that these hydrogen generators, these H2O2 generators, are the super inefficient kind that is just chewing through battery power and isn't actually making enough hydrogen to run the two hydrogen engines, even these two small grid hydrogen engines. Yeah. So that's not good. On the other hand, I do have good news. I have another unidentified derelict out beyond the edge of the ice lake, out that direction. I don't know how best I would get to it. Probably over there, maybe? There might be a path over there to get around and over to it, behind this ridge line. That'd probably be good. And I think things have been popping in while I've been wandering around working on stuff, and I haven't necessarily registered that they've always popped in. So, on that note, I'm going to hang out here for a little while, maybe repaint these things some. Get the fuel filled up, and then load up on the trailer again and head out. I think before I go, I want at least one more thruster. Not go. Before I go ahead and start working on building this into a vehicle, I want one more thruster. I think. Maybe I could work on it without it. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll start working on this, which I think is going to start with... Come on. Oh, and that. I just want it to sit on that, on the bottom. Maybe if I get rid of the far wall, it'll be a little more inclined to sit flat there. The center of gravity will be more over the top. Let's work on that, and I'll see what I can do. Before I get going much further, I'm going to finish welding this up. Oh man, look at that, it's a fully charged battery. Oh man, the chemical cells in the power cells must have been charging this entire time. It's been sort of just sitting there. Anyway, I wanted to do that in case I accidentally nicked it from behind. And that would have been very disappointing, losing any more of those power cells. Okay, I brought it over here. I don't know if picking it up is going to do anything. Come on. Come on. Ah, almost. Alright, let's try this again. Picking up there. I just need to get it up a little bit. Come on. Nope. Nope. Oh, I go in here, look at that bit, grab it right there, then push outward. Oh, hey, look, it worked. Okay, now how to get that over to there. Yeah. Dang it, knocked it over. But I think it might be prudent to leave it knocked over, because, yeah, like that's now down exactly on the floor. Yeah. Okay. I don't necessarily want to attach it knocked over. I want to attach it on the side that's... I guess it is 3x3. It doesn't matter. But it would be nice to get it up onto one block up off the ground so that like it would attach at this level. So in order to do that, I'm going to take off these half blocks. And then try and knock it over again. Alright, well, that worked out pretty well. I was pretty easily able to tip that back over. I wonder if I'd have been able to pick it up at all. Anyway, let's get these built. Just some computers. And then I should go check on the status of those tanks. Come on. Let's go a little in. Yeah. And did it? Oh, it locked. Nice. Okay. Well, that's a start. The only other problem is I don't have enough motors. That was all the rest of my motors. Now I'm gonna have to go scavenging for other motors. Any here? This piece fell off earlier. There's motors in that. Yep. And motors in this. Now. Hey, look at that. Let's just turn it off. Don't need that. That would have been really bad if it had been on override. Oh man, that would be a cruel prank to pull. Oh, all right. Let's go over here. Hey, they're full. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna just go ahead and undock. Turn on the power. Yep, they're good. Let's pick things up. Wrong button. There we go. All right, I'm up. I'm ready to go. I just gotta fold this away. I threw a gyroscope and a antenna onto it, as well as those excess batteries. And yeah, I think we're good. Am I? Oh, I just need to put the armor plating in. Let me put the armor plating in, fold away the thing, and load up, and then I'll see you on the way to that new unidentified derelict. Alright, I'm hitting the road. Quite curious to find out what's over there. Oh, I still have to go at that one. Alright, well, let's see what it is when we get there. Gotta get off this road. The ice, it makes pulling a trailer way more scary. Is that something on the shore right there? It is. Huh. I had no idea. I saw the tree pop in. Well, let's just check out what it is on our way past. Looks like it's in several pieces. Gotta slow down slowly. Oh, there's a truck. Oh, there's a big old flatbed truck like what I'd use to create this. Okay. We've got one of the Jalopy, I think is the name of these. And it has a medium cargo container on the back. Anything in the engine block worth looking at? That looks like just pipes and such. Maybe there's something inside this cockpit. Yeah, let's do that first. Then we can worry about grinding it up. Hey, there is ice and a pistol. And what else is on this control panel? We've got a couple of batteries. We've got that medium container, wheels. So 3 small batteries. And what's over here? It is another big old truck with something on its back end. Wheel. Look at that. Anything interesting in here? I think so. More tanks, although I think I'm good on little tanks right now. Well, nothing extremely exciting. But maybe that chair there has got something. Oh, wait. That is exciting. That is an ore detector. I can use that. That's gonna go right on my rover right now. Come on. Why is it stuck? What's it stuck in? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, where do I want to put this? Probably up on the roof next to the antenna would be the easiest place to throw it. Come on. I can't see where I'm throwing this. Okay. This way. Not being able to look down because I'm carrying this thing is... God. Okay. There. Now, a merge block, probably. Do a merge block, save myself those computer bits. Alright, so if it's going to go there, then its merge block's going to be there, then I'm going to put it there. I need that computer. Oh, I don't have any motors because I put them all in the... Motor? Does have a motor. I'm going to borrow this motor for a moment. Okay. This way. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. And then, just like that, I have an ore detector. Nice. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put things back where they go. I'm going to go ahead and grab whatever other bits off of this I think might be worthwhile. And I will see you guys in a minute. Well, I just got back onto the ice here, and I'm seeing that there's an abandoned settlement over on the other side. So let me, rather, I just got off the ice. Let's do that. And is this the? Yeah, that's the right one. I'm gonna see what it is over there. That looks kind of big. I don't know. Okay. Guess I have choices. I ground up everything down there. Got just the cargo container and a couple of batteries. What does this terrain look like? I've got relatively smooth going over to there with a potentially hostile derelict. Or I've got a friendly jaunt across the ice to a depowered something. Let's head across the ice first. Clear without hitting too much rough terrain. I think I can. Alright. Back across the ice. I mean, it's touchy driving across the ice. You can't make any sudden moves. But at the very least, it's smooth. Let's go check this out before I lose track of where it is. Oh, and that reminds me, I've got another one all the way across the lake as well. But this one... This one looked like it was maybe bigger. Not that I can see anything right now. Well, I don't think that that's any bigger than the last one. But it's got more to it now. Okay, well, let's check this out and then keep going. Alrighty then. We've got another one of these trucks, and this truck has heat vents and a big old hydrogen engine in there. Does not have a power cell in that hydrogen engine. However, I think I do in fact recognize these solar cells. Nice. Now, I don't have... Oh wow, look at that. 3 tires fully built. I don't think I have any solar cell pieces. Looks like these come with 1 each. Alright. I need to decide what to do with this. Let's check this out. We've got a custom turret controller, exhaust fan, a hydrogen engine, and the small tanks. I guess I'll collect the hydrogen engine. Might come in useful. Oh, I might. Oh, I need water. Okay, that's better. Anyway, I'll collect the engine, which is behind these vents. I'll collect all the bits and stuff out of it. Since I've got access to one right here that looks kind of complete. Oh yeah, that one's complete, and it's gonna have some in it, I think. I'll grab those as well, and then I'll grab all the bits. And these, fortunately, were pretty easy to pick up. Just a matter of doing that, and I'll stack them on top of each other and tuck them on the front of the wagon right there. Alright, let's get to it. So I've made my way up off the lake. Down over in that direction is where I got these last collection of bits. And now I'm deciding, do I want to go that way or this way? I kind of think I might want to aim for this direction. It seems to be a slightly gentler slope. Just kind of crest up through here, straight ahead of me, and then hopefully I can, not bottom out. Too many wheels are off around here. Okay, I gotta drop my strength on my wheels just a little bit. Okay. Wheels. Strength at 11. Let's call it strength at 10. Let's go. Let's go to 7. There. That is definitely getting more contact, but not enough. I want to go down to increase the power, increase friction, and let's go to strength of 6%. Okay, let's try that. Come on. Come on. Oh, I just have so little farther to go. There we go. Alright. Got past that little bump. Now that I have a little more momentum, I ought to be able to make it up to the top of this little hilltop. Oh, I had zoomed out into V mode. I knew that there was some smooth terrain right here. That's what I've been aiming for. Okay, now we go this direction. And then from here, right up this way. Regretting it. Ouch. Okay, but now, as you can see from where that point in the distance is, I'm up at a level with it. So I'm going to follow this ridge line along that direction and hopefully get there. What the heck? You know, I thought I saw something down in the valley, but I literally just crested over a rise there, and I've got a chunk of something. What, an old chunk of railroad? Not railroad. Roadway? Chunk of railway? Huh. Oh, and there's some small grid things on there. Let's back off a little bit. And then pull forward and maybe find a spot where I can pull out flat and take the vehicle off. The lifting rover. But check it out on foot first. Okay. Chunk of raised concrete roadway. With something in. Oh. Man, this thing looks so good. Alright, I'm going to salvage most of this, I think. Let's pick that up. Neat. Neat little trick. Oh, there's a battery there. Might be able to get it. That's... yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm getting pretty good at these. Yep, now it's mine, and... let's go ahead and drop it off up here near these other pieces. Alright, I'm going to pull off all the parts I want to salvage, and then I'll show you how it goes with grinding it up. Yeah, hey, it worked. I just want it to fall one way or the other. Only fall that way. Take out that one. Ouch. Okay. Let's try not to get crushed by it. What's it doing over here? Okay. Go on. Go on. Yes. And it's back on the ground. Okay. I'm gonna have to just take off these in bits and hopefully do it in a way that I don't get crushed. Okay, let's do this. I'm kind of going to make the guess that this is actually not more effective or efficient than doing it with my hands. But, you know, why do something with your hands if you can do something with a cool tool that works almost as well? No, this is too bad. Just gotta figure out why I don't have any traction. Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Just gotta adjust the wheel settings some. Alright. I have almost completely filled up the cargo container on the lifter, which is great. It'll give it good counterbalance. There's a couple of little scraps left over there that I didn't bother cleaning up, and I'm now on my way to the unidentified derelict. Probably gonna go up along this path over here. Seems a little gentler when I zoom out. and then over. Check it out. That ore detector found some nickel in the ground. I'll try and kind of remember where that is. So from here, you can see it smoking on top of the hill over that way. Unfortunately, though, I can't get a good angle on it. It's still underneath the hilltop, so maybe that's actually a good thing. Let's run up in there and see what we can find. The slope on this hill is letting me get way closer to it than I expected to. I'm here. I'm not seeing... I've been keeping an ear out and an eye out for any gunshots coming in at me. Nothing. Oh, there... Oh, okay, those are turrets on it. But... I just got something popping up on my... Anyway, yeah, these are... Those are all demolished. What is this? Haha. Alright. Looks like it's just another one that's very much rusted away. Well, I can't find anything that would indicate this is more dangerous than it appears. Here we go. A cargo container. Let's hack it. The Lioness. Well, right from the top we got batteries, 3 batteries. Fairly heavily charged ones at that. Decoys, a couple of incomplete gyroscopes, lots of incomplete hydrogen thrusters, a cockpit? Oh, yeah. Lots of incomplete... Ooh, wait. 2 access denied interior turrets. So I gotta be careful for those. Large hydrogen thrusters. Another cargo container, this cargo container. Incomplete tanks. Mostly everything is gone ahead. An incomplete small reactor. That's interesting. A small revival kit, rocket launchers. That's a gyroscope there. Another one. Wait. There. Ooh, it's a proprietary small reactor. Huh. Oh, like I could never fix it up, it looks like. Oh, that's a darn shame. Okay. Oh, here's that control module thing. This would be where the cockpit would have been. That's a large hydrogen thruster. Oh, anything? Hey, in here, 4.21 uranium. Nice. Okay, well then I gotta ask if this small reactor is proprietary. Oh, I can't fix it. I thought perhaps it would drop. No. Alright, that's just steel plate there and there. And I know I have two large gyroscopes at the base. Here's the survival kit that I think I'm just going to harvest for those medical components. Oh, jeez. Gotta remember that those are as heavy as they've ever been. Yikes. Okay. Okay. That was scary. I'm gonna run back and get the buggy, the termite, and the lifter. Totally should make a comment on the fact that another unidentified derelict seems to have popped up, like less than a kilometer, or no, about a kilometer and a half past the first derelict. Like that would be out on the ice lake again. Gonna have to figure out about that. Oh man. Imagine it if, like, solar bursts are coming in and melting individual little pieces of the... Where is my rover? Individual patches of the lake, and things are floating up from being buried in the ice. That would be... you know, sensible. That kind of makes sense. Where is my rover? I found the rover. Okay. So I'm parking here because I've got an idea. If there are some batteries on this thing that are more intact than not, and then at least they have a full charge on them, I'm going to go ahead and steal that charge onto the termite. I just need to line it up such that I have a decent angle on things. Yeah, so that I can build a connection point between there and here. Oh, let's do that. This, grab some material. Let's put a hinge piece on there. Let's drop that out. Add in a small head. And let me, you've seen me do this before. I'm going to mess around with the limits, get it so it's pointing in the right direction, and then get a connector built to connect them. And then while I'm searching this thing, I can just put my big batteries on here on recharge. Alright. So the only gun that isn't completely rotted out and rusted is this one. And so I'm wondering if maybe being underground or closer to the ground is what's caused it. There should be two guns underneath the dirt over here. And they'd be opposite those guns over there. Thinking maybe those are the ones that are still intact. And fortunately, they're completely in the ground, and I don't have to worry about them. I still haven't found any decent materials. I mean, I guess I didn't really look up in here. Those missile bays might have something going on. Wonder if I could possibly extract a battery from this. Oh, look at that. Those are, you know, probably military spec. That's why they haven't rotted away. Let's get them hacked so they don't accidentally fire off if I step in front of them. No interior rockets, but you know what? Those large steel tubes and those metal grids are kind of more appealing at the moment. Got another cargo container here. Thruster components. Not really useful, but you know, better than nothing. All right, let's get the parts from these. So I found 2 of the 3 batteries. I'm wondering if I attach them like that. And it's much more of this thing than the
Inventory
steel plate. I wonder if I can separate those 2 from the rest of the grid and maybe bring them back whole? Give it a shot at least. Means taking apart this thing and this one as well. And then digging them out of the ground quite a bit. Taking off this. Oh, hey, that was a working H2O2 generator with some ice in it. Alright, I'm gonna do this carefully. Well, that's kind of awkward. I found the 3rd battery as well. Why are there 3 batteries on I thought that the ship had only... How do I thought the ship only had 3 batteries total. Those are the batteries from... You get 1, 2, 3 batteries. Access denied. Is it still these? They must still be connected from underneath. Weird. Kind of want to let them go while this thing's charging. Are they both already at 100%? I guess that's what you get when you drain large battery. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Simple enough. Let's get our pieces back from this. Okay. Let's keep working on separating these 3 batteries. Weird. Oh yeah, there's that connection to the main ship. See, something like this you gotta be careful of, because there might be a speck of dirt that's stuck up inside that. Yeah, there, like that, see?
Inventory full.
Let's see if we can get that out. Looks good. Okay. Now, what do I do about that? And do I do anything about that? That can I then preserve those two being stuck to each other? Okay, thinking. Well, as disappointing as it may be, I think I'm actually going to just take this one out. Because I have no more power cells. So I can't grind these down into the power cells to be able to claim them. I need to be able to... I need at least like one. If I'm really good, I can stop with just at 1 power cell down. And that's a lot of energy that I could use to recharge the batteries on that a lot of times without having to come back here for it. So, for the sake of not having to come back up onto this plateau, I'm going to sacrifice one of these batteries to bring home 2 batteries. Alright, here we go. Well, they're just sitting there now. Let's get a button. Just 2 batteries. It's not possible. Well, I did just put this block into the terrain. A little bit more space, maybe clear out that one. That one. Put the button back so I can control it again. This is silly. There we go. Oh, that worked. Okay. Let's try getting it out of that hole. Alright, let's do this. Let's get the engines back on. Good enough. Alright, and 3. Come on, I know you're a little top heavy, but just slide up over the peak there. That's good. Let's unlock you there. Let's reverse, get you back into a nice position. Then go ahead and take these bits off. And then probably square up nice and tight along the back here, like that. All right. Now, can I get it off the ground at all with the hinge how it currently is? No. So then I need my proximal hinge to have more force. That's good. That's enough there. All right. And I'm not going to have enough space to pull on front-wise onto the trailer. So I'm going to pull on back-wise. Like so. Come on, a little further, and there. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and build a mag plate right down in here. Need a motor. Come on. Okay. Let's unlock, lock. That's locked. Let's unlock. Let's drop down. That's ready to lock. That's ready to lock. Everything's all locked. That one thing's barking. There. Now it's Come on, stop sparking. Okay, good enough. Okay. Strength on those wheels. So, let's turn that on. That's now off. That's locked. And I need to increase the strength on my wheels. Probably not up to 50. That's about as good as it's going to get, I think. And let's give it a little bit of a test drive up here on the flat, and we'll see how it goes. Well, alright. I've grabbed parts from this thing. There are still bits that are viable on it. Might be useful. So let's go... hydro... wreck. There are some decoys in there. I didn't grab everything, but, like, I'm pretty full in my container here. That's pretty full there. Don't think I'm going to worry about it. I've got 4 cargo containers back at the derelict. So, let's go. The good news is this is mostly downhill, so... you know, that's, good. I don't need as much power. Well, guys, I just spent the last 10 minutes trying to get up a hillside. Okay. I know, this is a little scary looking, how fast I'm moving, I know, but, I need the momentum, and I'm hoping that I can keep it going right up through here. I went ahead and installed the subgrid wheeled control script, but I'm not that familiar with it, so I don't know if it's working correctly. And the reason I'm doing this is because, and you're about to see here, I do not go uphill very well at all. Oh, and I'm stuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and go down, back the trailer that way. Oh, I'm gonna go this way, I think. Yeah, okay. That's better. Alright, guys. While I figure out how the heck to get this load back to the base, I'm going to call it for the day. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode of Survival Records. I hope you'll join me for the next one, where I get to check out yet another unidentified derelict, very close to my base. And until then, I hope you have a good day, and Thanks for watching.